Welcome to Divine Union.
Oh my god!
Sorry, we've been hiding away.
Oh shit, we're going in.
Yeah, we're going in. Well, we haven't done a video in so long. Oh my god,
We haven't.
Gino, baby, he's always so cute. But yeah, sorry guys, we've been like introvert for the last however long.
Introvert?
That's all I can say. I've been introvert.
I've been on a bloody roller coaster.
I know, it's been an absolute intense.
Actually, I'm gonna make that declaration right now because like so many people I've seen think we have an incredible relationship. We do have an incredible relationship. Don't get me wrong, we do. But it hasn't been easy.
No.
Not that we've argued and fight with each other, but so much trauma's come up between us.
This is the whole thing with the twin flame guys. You can see where people run.
Yeah, but we ain't had no honeymoon period. We ain't had no honeymoon. Well, yeah, of course. We have a lot of love for each other and that, but so much trauma has come up. I mean, literally, how many times I've given up counting how many times I've fucking cried.
He's going through a bit of a trauma today as well, so we've got to take it easy on him. No, but yeah, I was the same yesterday. I don't think we've ever been through as much
it's been
trauma as
so intense. So
ridiculous.
Intense.
Literally, if it's not him, it's me, and if it's not me, it's him. It's like, fuck, when is this going to end? But
when is this shit going to end? But it does. What is it, about 6 weeks ago now, I had a 3-4 week period, every day I woke up in trauma. And then I released so many different little layers. And it's been mad, really.
I think that's the whole point of a twin.
It is, yeah. You're a fucking pain in the ass. The thing is, it's never been Lauren. She's never done anything to. It's just literally what we've gone through together.
And it's things like. The thing is when you come in a twin flame relationship, I mean, ever since we've met, it's been we can't hide from ourselves. Any aspect of ourselves that needs to be released, we see it within each other. And it's fuck, we're at that point now where we've completely taken accountability, haven't we, of our own vibration and our own unhappiness. We're not blaming each other. We know as soon as we start blaming the other person, it's
we cannot blame each other for shit. No. For not one thing can we blame each other for.
I know, but the main thing is we've been there for each other, through your times. I've given you the space.
You've been, everything. Yeah. She's literally been my flannel.
Flannel?
Yeah, mopped me up, been my mop bucket.
I've never seen a man cry as much as I've seen him cry. Yeah. But it's so nice to see.
Yeah.
I actually...
What you're actually seeing...
The vulnerability in you is just next levels. I've never been able to love a man and trust a man as much as I trust you. Just of how open you are and how transparent. That's the word with you. You're just transparent. I can't fault it in the slightest about how you've been the last 6 months and seeing me through these hard times, and you've seen loads of challenges I've faced, and it's just nice to be able to have got through that together. But you can see why relationships do run from each other, because all you want to do is push the person away.
Yeah, most relationships are an scapegoat. We're scapegoating how we feel through another person. Unfortunately, that's the terrible, the sad thing about humanity at the moment is there's a lot of blaming going on. We're all out here blaming each other and making other people responsible. And if we're not making people responsible, we're going, well, life's shit. We're making life responsible for how we feel. Oh, God's screwing me over. There ain't no God. And, life just hasn't been kind to me. You see, we're always looking to blame somebody else. So when we actually take this accountability on, and when we actually really begin to process and deal with how we feel, and we're no longer escaping ourselves, then and unfortunately, this hasn't happened to many people on the planet. It really hasn't, because most of us are in that way of blaming, and there's a very few there's a very small percentage of people that actually do this work. I mean, if you look at what's going on in the world, it's just human suffering left, right, and centre, right? And, human beings, and that's kind of because none of us are actually accountable for how we feel, and we're all kind of blaming other people in life situations. But
I do feel I don't know if it's because we're changing, we're seeing other people change.
Yeah.
I mean, even my family, I don't know if it's because we have. I feel when you do the work, the people around you are that you kind of I don't know what happens. It's not like you're doing the work for them, but
No.
you kind of are.
I think you're offering up a different vibration.
Yeah,
you're offering
you're
people
leveling up
like
to level up as well.
because you're in that vibration. It's not like you're trying to offer it, but because you're in it, and it's a much higher vibration, the vibration of love and acceptance, and because we have to come into a state of acceptance first, where we're accepting our emotions before we can even begin to feel the love, because suppressed emotions suppresses the love. So when we're accepting our emotions, as the emotions come up, the love comes up, and our frequency begins to change. Now we live in a state where we're feeling more content, more at ease, and we're living in a higher vibration. That when you come around people, that vibration automatically begins to bring people up, even if they're not even aware of it. It's like when you get the ump with somebody, and that, like, you come into your emotion and you're angry, and all of a sudden you can instantly bring somebody else into their angry emotion. When you start projecting that emotion, oh yeah, fuck you, it's your fault, then the other person's emotion comes up. Now see how two people are now feeding off the same emotion. But it's the same when you're in a higher vibe. You can offer that vibration up, and that allows people to move up into that vibration as well.
Because you can kind of set that tone, can't you?
You can set that standard by being a reflection of that, and that's all me and you are ever doing. As we do more work, we're just being a more clearer reflection of that love. We're being a more clearer transparency of the love that everybody is. Everybody is in a pure state of love. Yeah. But it's just when, like I said, when we suppress the emotion, we suppress the love. Yeah. And so the more light we bring in, the more we're able to reflect the light in others.
We've got to give it to ourselves though. For like having 6 months, we met the day before.
Wow.
We met the day before lockdown, and 6 months later we're still together. We had our 6-month anniversary the other day. We actually went out for dinner, didn't we?
We did.
Such a cute little dinner.
And your mum made us dinner as well.
Yes, she did. And we had our third wheel meal, and we even brought the dog, which was so cute. He's literally watching us right now. But it's been like, it's been challenging because we haven't been able to go away. Like normally I'm away so much. I mean, when we first met, we went to Dubai, we went to Egypt, and that has been my life for like literally since I remember. And this 6 months is like the longest I've spent at home, and it's been really challenging for me too, because I get to that point where I'm like, oh, I need to get away, like I need to go away. But we haven't been able to. So it's nice to be able to find alternative ways of finding that kind of, having that break. Like since we've been together, we've been non-stop working, non-stop like working one-to-ones with people, holding events, hosting retreats. Like it's been full force, and we have to give ourselves a little bit of a round of applause. The fact that, since we met, our purpose is like this purpose of us coming together. We knew we were here to help other couples, other people come into their own alignment, their own unity. That's something
we've seen.
We've seen
January. I wouldn't even be able to count how many people we've actually worked with, how many messages we've had, how many, and it's, to be honest with you, it's not even about, I get enough. When somebody sends me a message saying, oh, thank you for your help, it kind of like, it makes me feel good in that moment, but there's nothing really in it for me, because what gives me the most purpose and the most passion is just to actually express the love that I feel, whether or not that's received, whether or not that's given back to me, is to be able to express it. And, and I can't actually feel contentment, or I can't actually get anything from reality anymore, because I get all of my fulfillment from the source of love within me. They could continuously fulfilling me every moment. And when it's not fulfilling me, it's dragging me down into some trauma, so I can release that trauma so it can fulfill me even more.
Yeah. So it's quite nice, because you kind of know, like through each trauma, there's more light that allows to come in. Like
more love that allows to come in.
So we actually, what we used to fearing, most people fear going to face their trauma, going into their trauma, feeling the feelings of sadness and hurt and suffering. But actually, when you realize, and you've gone through this process a few times, you sort of go, okay, something's coming up. So it kind of, I know you're not feeling very excited, but it kind of, for me, I'm like, even I remind myself that I know when I get through this and pass through this emotion, I'm going to allow more love and light in and come back higher, because you're emptying out some dense vibration to allow more love and light in. So it's a win-win. Like, it might feel painful at the time, but you've got to know that you've got people around you, and you've got yourself to also...
And I've got you. Which definitely helps, because, it's better to go through this process with somebody. Yeah. If you've got a person that's, you're committed to in your relationship, and you're both committed to going through this, it can be the most beautiful thing. But what was I going to say? I was going to say something highly interesting, but...
Oh, really?
Well, I
don't
know whether...
We do all say something interesting, don't we?
Yeah, but, since January, the amount of people we've worked with and the amount of people we've helped, when I see the love come through in somebody else, that's actually probably one of the most rewarding things, actually. When I do a lot of work with people, they turn up and they're all like broken and shit, and they got problems going on, and then by the end of it, they're like, you can see the love and the light returning into them. You can see the heaviness has been moved, and then you can see the love in them, and then like there's like that acknowledgement between you two that you know there's a genuine love that's just been shared and received.
Yeah.
You know, but we've done some amazing stuff with people, gone through an amazing journey together, and I'm sure.
But the main thing, I think, like, and
I'm
for,
sure
us in a relationship, like, we haven't had a normal relationship since we've got together. Like, we've hardly been on any dates. We've hardly done a lot. Like, we've done a lot, but like not compared to what I would normally do. So it's like, you know, we're kind of being quite, we've got to be quite spontaneous and a bit like think outside the box on what you can do. Like, we're not allowed to leave the country at the moment. So, you know, well, we're going to do a little trip down to the beach, aren't we, soon?
Yeah.
We definitely said that. Like, we went to Go Out last week, which was super fun. But just doing stuff that kind of gets you out and about and, you know, active, and, you know, go to the gym and the spa sometimes. But yeah, where our work and our purpose has just gone like so full steam ahead, it's like we did put our relationship on a bit of a back burner.
Our relationship, I think this is, it's been a healing process, what we've been going through. It hasn't been, you know, everybody, when you first get a relationship, oh, this is amazing, like, you know, we know the love between each other is like ridiculous, but at the same time, it's purifying us more. Like the love that's coming through us is purifying us both, so we can be in that state of like pure love together. So
and we're finding that in intimacy as well, aren't we? Like the intimacy, obviously, when we first got together was unbelievable level, but as we've gone through all these layers of pain and trauma and releasing all that suppressed emotion, like we found out a lot about our own sexual life and our sex, like our sexual energy, and realized that our sexuality that we've, you know, been carrying our whole life has been very distorted. So to come into like some like when we're purifying that sexuality and together at the same time, it's like we're reaching levels of love in intimacy, like to another extreme, isn't it? And I mean, I can't wait for you to share your story on the intimacy part. But it's just like...
But the thing is that the thing that I've come to learn is like, you know, coming from like the background of, you know, unfortunately, when we have a lot of emotion, unhappy emotion, it expresses itself in sort of ways that are not right. It distorts the love. So, you know, when we have a lot of unhappy emotion, it expresses itself as sexual excitement. And so when you're so used to being sexually stimulated, I have so much sexual excitement, you'll see that it's a self-indulging thing. And what I've had to learn is, you know, I've been removed because as the unhappiness has gone in me, the sexual excitement's gone in me. So now there's this crossover between being in sexual excitement or being in pure love. And it's only when you're actually able to sustain the ground of pure love in love making or having sex that the connection really, it literally becomes like the only way I can describe it is the more you give up, the deeper it goes. So the more you're not trying, because sexual excitement is all about trying and getting, I need to get something for myself, or, you know, but the more you actually let go, the more intimate and more deeper and more connected and more loving it becomes. And then literally, like, you can give pleasure just literally the tip of your finger.
And I think that's where like the tantric, I think we're like going into levels of tantric, because it could be to the point of where you're coming into that love and I can feel it, like it's like a telepathic vibration where it's like when we don't try and we don't try and get somewhere with us,
it's just naturally happening.
It comes out of nowhere and it's like electric. So I've not worked with tantra before, and I'm not tantric sex, and I know about it. I've like done a little bit of research, but like I'm not really fussed about delving deep into it because I don't want it to force it. But I feel like this is what's happening between us two. So
and at
it's
the same
exciting
time,
to see where it goes.
Because what lovemaking should be is two people reaching pure consciousness together through lovemaking. That is like when the male and the female, because everything positive, negative, light and dark, everything collapses into unity. And that's the same thing between male and female. But the male and the female has to be purified of emotions so they're in a state of pure love, that when they're actually making love, they come into the divine conscious union between two people. But for somebody to reach that stage, they have to both be pure in love. And that's kind of, you have to be so sensitive to it that you can actually reach what they class as the Godhead between two people.
Yeah.
But more on that.
Definitely. We'll do
We've
a
only
little
got
bit
15
more.
minutes on this. We've got 10
seconds left. So, yeah, but thank you for watching, guys. And I'm sure we're going to do a little update very soon on more divine union.
Much love.
Love you.